It's been a while. What's up, everybody from the Power Ranger community? My name is Ranger Freak 95, also known as Pedro Ordonez, and I'd like to welcome y'all to a brand new video. Yeah, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I haven't been making any videos lately. I made that small flash animation video of Tommy versus Jason on my channel. Check it out if you're interested. But other than that, I haven't really made any Power Ranger related videos in a while. So I thought, I might as well, go ahead and, make a new one. It's been a while. I want to get back into the groove of things. So I decided to make a video about my top 10 favorite Power Ranger seasons. So let's jump right into it. Number 10, Power Rangers Wild Force. Power Rangers Wild Force was a decent season. I don't think it was great, but it definitely had its moments, especially one of the best episodes in the whole franchise, which is Forever Red, where 10 Red Rangers get together to fight these Beetleborgs out on the moon. I'm being so serious. And it was such a great episode. You have Tommy, Jason, Andros, Wes, Carter, all these people from the past seasons, all Red Rangers coming back. And it was such a fantastic episode, and that made it, that redeemed Wild Force for me. It definitely had its silly moments, but I can't, knock it for that, because that's pretty much what Power Rangers is. And which, has a lot to do with my pick for number 9. Number 9 is Power Rangers Ninja Storm. Power Rangers Ninja Storm, I've heard about a synopsis or a plot line that was supposed to actually happen for this season, which was supposed to be called Power Rangers Hexagon. I'm pretty sure what it was called. And it was gonna be this huge thing, like almost like a Power Ranger Civil War type deal. It would have been freaking awesome. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. It's called Power Rangers Hexagon. It's this thing about where Tommy, Jason, we're gonna be these two leaders of these two different groups of Rangers, and leading this battle. Everybody has mixed feelings about each other. And it sounded pretty cool, but we're never gonna get it, I guarantee you that. But hey, you never know. But other than that, Ninja Storm itself was like probably one of the silliest seasons of Power Rangers history. But I guess because of that, it had a certain charm to it. I remember growing up and really liking Ninja Storm. The Green Samurai Ranger, that story arc was awesome. Seeing the Thunderstorm Rangers were really cool. They were pretty much my favorite, parts of the actual season, was seeing the Thunder Rangers, get in action. It had some of its faults. It wasn't that great, but I like it more than Wild Force, which is why it's at number 9. Ninja Storm is really good in my opinion, which is why it's at number 9. So on to number 8. Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Now, I was actually surprised by this season, because I'm thinking to myself, because when I saw, the promo trailers and whatnot for Jungle Fury back in the day, I said, this season looks like it's going to be terrible. The one thing that really pissed me off about this season was the sunglass morphers type deal. I hated that concept. So stupid. I still think it's stupid. But other than that, I personally felt like Jungle Fury was a very watchable season. It had its really dumb moments, but overall, the season really contributed to really good story, for a Power Ranger show. And, it was awesome seeing the Spirit Rangers come in, was really, really cool. You have a Power Ranger that's blind, pretty much, which is badass, honestly. It's like the Daredevil of Power Rangers. I thought the suits look awesome. The Zords were okay. They weren't great, but, they were good for the season. And the finale I thought was really cool. The one thing that really didn't get me was the other old mentors or something like that turning into weird ass animals. That wasn't necessary, okay? If you guys seen the season, you guys know what I'm talking about. But overall, I really liked this season, which is why it's at number 8. All right, now number 7, Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. this season I grew up watching a lot, especially the finale of the season, which was the Wrath of Queen Bansheera. I'm pretty sure that was it, right? Pretty sure. And I watched that on VHS so many times, because they would release story arcs from the Power Ranger seasons out on VHS, and I watched that so many times. Lightspeed Rescue has a really good cast. They got rather good actors in the early Saban era. They've really got some good actors in for their seasons, and Lightspeed Rescue is definitely one of them. A lot of people knock Lightspeed Rescue for some reason. I don't know why. I think maybe people have problems with the suits. It just didn't look right. But being the fact that these are government Power Rangers, they're Power Rangers made by the government or some shit like that. Pretty sure. And in essence, yeah, it's the government. So I understand why the suits for Lightspeed Rescue look the way they look. And you got Carter Grayson, the Red Ranger, one of the top 10 Red Rangers. I'm pretty sure if you look at my top 10 Red Rangers list, he's definitely up there as like one of the best Red Rangers in the whole series. And the Titanium Ranger story arc was amazing. It's almost like a rehash of like the evil Green Ranger days, which was really good. And to have that in Lightspeed Rescue was so enjoyable. That's why it's at number 7. Number 6, you got Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Dino Thunder was fantastic. Bringing back Jason David Frank as Tommy Oliver once again to play the Black Dino Thunder Ranger was just brilliance. It was a great idea. From what I heard, there were rumors that Austin St. John was originally going to play the mentor role. He was going to be what Tommy was. But Austin St. John declined doing the role, I think because he was doing his military stuff, being a paramedic overseas or something like that. I forget what he did. But I know it was something, going out in war, helping soldiers and whatnot. So I think because he was busy doing that stuff that he didn't want to do the Power Ranger season, which is completely understandable. So then Jason David Frank took on that role, and there you go, having a really great season. Definitely looking back at the old seasons, reminiscing about old episodes. Tommy going through his in his dreams, fighting himself. The green, white, and red Ranger. There was no red Turbo Ranger, which bothered me, but whatever. Those were all great episodes, and you didn't even need Tommy to make this season good. I think what his name is, I think it's Kira, Ethan, and Connor. I'm pretty sure those are the names. I haven't seen it in a while, but I'm pretty sure those are the right names. Those 3 characters alone had such great chemistry throughout the entire season. And then, you have Trent, the White Ranger, which was like, he had his own story arcs going on. And, he was, a good, add on to the team. But the 3 main Rangers, the Red, Blue, and Yellow Ranger, the greatest parts of that show. Tommy was just pretty much, there along for the ride to elevate the season even more with his awesomeness. You know what I'm saying? So, and it had really good story with Mesagog and everything like that. It was just amazing. All right, so here we go. The top 5. For number 5, Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Power Rangers Lost Galaxy really surprised me because coming off of Power Rangers in Space, those are big stepping stones. And Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, while it wasn't better than Power Rangers in Space, it definitely made an impact on the actual show. I consider Lost Galaxy to still be a part of the Zordon era. I consider it to be a part of the Zordon era. So, and the story arc was great. Just the whole series, within itself was amazing. The Magna Defender, and having, the first 2 episodes be really emotional with the fact that, Leo thinks that his brother dies. He sacrifices himself. And then him to find out that his brother was actually the Magna Defender. Spoilers if you haven't seen it. Oh, and to also have one of the best crossover team up episodes with In Space and Lost Galaxy to the 10th Power was amazing. One of the best team up episodes. It competes to Forever Red. You don't know which one's better, to the 10th Power or Forever Red. Which is the better team up episode? I don't know. I honestly, that's really hard to judge. Maybe, I might make a video about that, about, the top 10 team up episodes. So, great season to even come off of Power Rangers in Space. Did a great job. The cast was awesome, and that's why it's at number 5. All right, number 4, you got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. Now, I say Season 2 because this had, a lot of things going on in one season. You had Tommy losing his powers as the Green Ranger, coming back as the White Ranger. Then you're doing the whole power transfer, getting rid of Jason, Zach, and Trini, and going for Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. Adam is one of my top favorite Power Rangers of all time. I consider Adam to be a legendary Ranger. The fact that he wasn't in the Super Mega Force season bothered me, but other than that, Adam was such a great addition to that season. To have the White Power Ranger be there was awesome. That whole introduction for Tommy coming back and being the new leader of the Power Rangers was great. We unfortunately had to get rid of Jason, Zach, and Trini, but we definitely got good people to fill in the shoes. So a lot of stuff was going on in that season, which is why out of the 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin, Season 2 is my favorite. Number 3, Power Rangers Zeo. Now, I really liked Power Rangers Zeo because I personally felt like that for this season, the storyline was well structured. I feel like it didn't go in so many places out of nowhere for no reason. In a story context, everything made sense for me. For me, it did. And, it wasn't jumping around. It stayed on one track and finished it on that track. It didn't do anything, stupid. There were one or few episodes that were pretty dumb, like the whole episode where Tommy and Tanya were just singing the entire episode. But other than that, having Austin St. John come back as the Gold Ranger was fantastic. There was this whole story arc with Billy leaving and everything like that, and having, his, legacy end there. So big changes happened in Zeo. The Zords, the suits, everything for me in Zeo was just nice and sweet. If I could put it in words like that, you know what I mean? Just nice and sweet. All right, now the top 2. This was a really hard choice for me because these were in the air. I didn't know. Sometimes I switched them back and forth. I really didn't know. I was like, that one should be number 1. No, that one should be number 1. I don't know. It was really hard for me, but I finally got it down, and these are my top 2. Here we go. Number 2 is Power Rangers Time Force. Power Rangers Time Force, dude. The acting for just a Power Rangers season alone was amazing. Now, I'm talking within a Power Rangers show context. These weren't Oscar-winning performances, but they were good for a Power Rangers show. The relationship between Wes and Eric and Wes and Jennifer, was just amazing. The relationship between Wes and Jennifer, honestly, I think beats the relationship that Kimberly and Tommy had. When you look at the Power Rangers history and you think of relationships, you think of Tommy and Kimberly. For me, it's Wes and Jennifer. Jennifer was the most badass Pink Ranger ever in Power Rangers history. Period. Point blank, best Pink Ranger we have ever had in a season ever. Jennifer was amazing. She was badass. She thought like a leader. She was ruthless. She put her foot down and she kicked ass. The finale for the season was just perfect. Having Wes to fight off like an army of Cyclobots. I think that's what they were called. I'm pretty sure that was the name. I don't know. It's been a while since I've actually watched Power Rangers. And then having freaking Jennifer just freaking out on Ransik, holding her arm, freaking out, just, I will kill you. It's like, it was my job to take you back and I'm gonna do it. You don't mess with a person like that. So Power Rangers Time Force was just fantastic. Such a great season. It was so hard to convince myself for this not to be number one. But I have a reason why number one is number one. And some of you probably now know what it is, being the fact, the process of elimination. Number one, Power Rangers Super Mega Force. Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, okay. No way would that ever even get close to number one. I'm joking. It is actually Power Rangers in Space. Power Rangers in Space was just, from start to finish, beautiful. Coming off from Power Rangers Turbo, which was one of the worst seasons in Power Ranger history, was such a hard thing to do, but they did it magnificently. Andros, one of the best Red Rangers ever. The relationship between Andros and Zane was perfect. The relationship with Andros and... The relationship between Andros and Ashley was great. Not one of the best, actual, relationships in the Power Rangers history, but it's up there, with, Wes and Jennifer and Tommy and Kimberly. It's up there. And my favorite episode through the whole season is the last episode, Countdown to Destruction Part 2, where Andros has to make a choice, a hard choice, to destroy Zordon or not. Before he's even about to, his sister Astronema comes in, fighting Andros. He's trying not to hurt her because it's his sister. And, he acts, he's just like, I have no choice. So he deflects one of her attacks and ends up, taking her out. Not killing her, but when Andros was just like, what have I done? Dude, tears. I am so serious. I don't give a shit what you think. That was fucking depressing. And to have Andros take his weapon, take out Zordon, and wipe out all the villains throughout the entire universe, and then to finally end the season was just beautiful. And that would have been the last episode of the Power Rangers franchise. If Power Rangers in Space hadn't been as good as it was, we would not have gotten Lost Galaxy, Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force, all of that. Power Rangers in Space was so good that fans wanted more, and thankfully we got more. We have more of a history now for Power Rangers, and because of In Space, we can talk more about the Power Rangers legacy. Now, I will say this, Power Rangers Dino Charge, I've stopped midway through the first season. I haven't got caught up on Power Rangers Dino Charge just yet, but it's looking good. And Power Rangers Dino Charge might end up in my top 10. I don't know when. I hope it becomes as good as I'm hoping it's going to be, but I need to catch up on the episodes, and hopefully, we have a good season. So far, from what I'm hearing, Dino Charge is actually doing really good. And I loved the first 2 episodes of Dino Charge. I thought they weren't great, but they were good, better than Super Mega Force, and all that crap. Dino Charge is looking good so far. And if you guys once the Dino Charge season is over, I'll go back and I'll review the season for you guys. I just need to get caught up on the actual season. So let me know what you guys think about this top 10 list. What would you have made your top 10 list? Let me know down in the comments below. I would like to know your thoughts. Do you disagree with me on what, seasons are where on my list? What would you have replaced with what? Let me know what you guys think. I like talking to you guys, and it's been a while since I made a video, guys, so I'm hoping you guys are still sticking there with me. I will try to make more videos. I've just been really busy lately, paying bills and shit, being an adult. But other than that, guys, I'm happy to be back, and thank you guys for subscribing. Comment, like, thumbs up, do whatever you guys can to support this channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.